Hello and welcome to the Treehouse. This is Kag with View from Above Tarot, and in this little Let Me Explain video, I want to talk about astrological charts and the connection between tarot and astrology. If you have looked for other tarot readers, which I'm sure you have, out in the internet, you'll find that a number of them want to read for particular signs. And this is a common way for readers to further refine readings for the collective. So when I read for the collective, I'm reading for everybody. But these readers are breaking it down into astrological signs for the sun sign under which you are born. Well, that's a little too simplistic, but that's okay. I also want to just let you know that the cards themselves have astrological connections. For example, the Hierophant in the major arcana is related to Taurus, which is what I am. And in the minor arcana, it's the Five of Pentacles. So there is an astrological sensibility to the cards, but that is not something that I'm expert in or I have a great interest in at this time. But I do want you to know that which I know about what other readers are doing with the connection between astrology and the tarot. So this is a way for you, what I want you to understand when you take away from this video is how to utilize other readers who do read with this astrological frame. So in order to utilize their readings, you need to know three pieces of information. This is what you need to know about you is you need to know your sun sign. When were you born? The sun signs are divided across the 12-month calendar, not at the beginning of the month, but at around the 20, 21, 22, 23 date. And there are 12 of those. And this is how they are divided up on this particular chart. This is Aries, which is March 21st through April 20th, 21st. It depends on, who is doing the astrological calculating. This is Taurus, which is late April through May. This is Gemini, which is May through June. Cancer, June to July. Leo, July to August. Virgo, from August to September. And this is Libra, from September through October. Scorpio, which is October through November. Sagittarius, November to December. Capricorn, December to January, Aquarius, January to February, and Pisces, February to March, and we're beginning again. Aries is the first of the cycle. And so the cycle of the astrology begins after this spring equinox, if you will. So that starts the year. So also on this chart, you will see that there are numbers, and these have to do with the houses. And there are also 12 houses on an astrological chart, and I'm not going to go into those right now. There's lots of places for you to Google what those houses mean. But that is what's on this chart, along with the ascendant, which is where the sun was at the moment of that this particular person was born. And so when we talk about sun sign, we're talking about where the sun was when this person was born. And what we can see is that here is the glyph for the sun, and it is in the sign of Pisces and the 10th house. And so that we know now that this particular person is a Pisces. Okay. And as we look a little further, and we have the 10th house there, so we'll talk about that. Well, we won't. You're going to go look that up. The moon is here, and that is in the 7th house. And the moon is in the sign of Capricorn. So there are energies related to each of the signs of the zodiac, and so you can look that stuff up also. The ascendant for this particular person is in the sign of Gemini, however you want to say that. And what's important to know about calculating what these are for you, you're going to need to know the date, which I'm sure is not a problem, of your birth. You're going to need to know the approximate time of your birth. And very helpful is the exact time of your birth. The date will give you your sun sign. The time of your birth will give you your moon sign, and if it's exact, it will give you your ascendant. So we know that the sun signs change every 30-ish days. The moon changes its location on the astrological chart about every 2.5 days. The ascendant changes its place in the astrological chart every 2 hours. So that is why the exact time is really important for you to be able to know what that ascendant is for you. Is it critical? No, not really. You can get most of the information that you need from your sun sign or from your moon sign. So there are people who cross-watch, which is a hilarious term. So they will want to listen to the tarot readers for their sun sign. And if that doesn't resonate, they'll go and listen to the moon sign, because many readers believe that if you want a full description of what's going on for you, you'll want to read for your sun sign, your moon sign, and your ascendant. But you need to know what those are, right? If you want to read for somebody that you're in a relationship with, or listen to a reader talk about somebody you're in a relationship with, you'll also need to know their sun sign, moon sign, and ascendant. So a couple of resources for you going forward. Astro.com is a well-regarded astrological website that I have been watching for decades. You can get a free chart there. You just put in your information. They will calculate all of this stuff. I want you to be careful about what exact time it is. So for me, when I was born, it was before daylight savings time. And the charts, when they calculate, usually will default to, yes, you were born under daylight savings time if you were born in those months. So just be thoughtful about whether you were or weren't born under daylight savings time, because in the United States, we changed it around. It was April, then it was March, then it was April again, and that is true in the fall as well. So if you were born around that time, make sure that you know when you were born, when the daylight savings time actually happened, because it's going to really affect your ascendant. Another couple of resources, especially around the moon, I want to show those to you as well. Here is one. It's timeanddate.com, and it will give you information about the moon phases. And I'll make a separate video about the cycle of the moon phases. But this is a place where you can go and look at the moon phases, when they're supposed to happen. The new moon, the full moon, for example. We recently just had the super full moon, the blue moon, which was also a super moon, right here on August 19th. And we're looking at another full moon in September. What I'm not seeing on here is the new moon, but that is coming on, there it is, September 2nd over here. So this is a really great resource if you are interested in phases of the moon, timeanddate.com. Another place that's helpful is, there it is, there's astro.com, and that's what that looks like. And there are a number of free horoscopes if you're interested in that. So again, if you want something that's a little more refined than just the general collective, if you have this information, you can go out to some of the readers, and there are, as I say, there are a plethora of them who are refining their collective readings by astrological sign. So that's what I have for you in this Let Me Explain. I hope it was helpful. If it was, please like, share, and subscribe. And come back again to the Treehouse for another view from above. Blessings.